again, it's craft time once more. So for today's craft we have a people chain like this, or we have a little basket with some fish in it and some bread in it, because today's story was about Jesus with his disciples. So the people chain is going to be all his disciples all lined up. This is only part of it, a bit more to show you in a little while. And they fed the 5,000 people on the hillside. So this is a little basket with the loaves and the fish all inside it to remind you about the story. So to start with, I'm going to show you how to make the basket. Now I've made a template which should be available to you. People have put it somewhere so that you can print this out if you have a printer at home, and these are all the pieces that you need for it. If you don't have a printer at home, it's really easy to draw out a basket of your own. This is a 14 centimetre by 14 centimetre square with an 8 centimetre by 8 centimetre square inside it. You'll need a ruler and a pencil and probably an adult to help you get it nice and square. And then the handle at the bottom is 2 centimetres deep, and I think it's about 16 centimetres long, but you can make it as big as you like. Then I've just drawn 2 fish and some loaves of bread. You can make them however you like, and they all fit neatly on this piece of paper. Okay, but you can cut out your own, you can do your own shapes, and you can make them out of whatever you like. So I've just made this out of paper. If your printer will allow you to print it onto thin card, then that would work quite well as well. So the first thing you need to do is you need to cut all the pieces out. So I have here the square and the handle, and so then you've got all the other pieces, the fish and the loaves, to cut out. I've just cut 2 out and I've coloured them in already. So you can guess what your next job is. So once you cut them out, you need to colour them in. And you can do them however you like, whatever colours you want. Just because it's bread doesn't mean it has to be brown. You could make it rainbow coloured if you like. It's entirely up to you. Now I've just done a very simple colouring job on mine. So on this one I turned, so that's the side with all the dots and the dashes and the lines on, and this is the other side, so I thought we'd use this as the outside. But then when I made another one, I've done it the other way around, so I've coloured the bit where the lines are, but it doesn't matter, either way works equally well. So you need to colour it in. Now this square in the middle is going to be the bottom of your basket, like that. So you can colour it if you want to, but you won't actually see it, so you don't necessarily need to. Or you could colour the inside as well, so you could colour both sides if you wanted to, and then you'd have a nice colourful inside to your basket as well. So once you've coloured the pieces in, you don't need to colour these squares because these are going to be stuck down. That's what holds the basket together, okay? So once you've coloured it, you need to do some cutting. Now on this one here, you can see that you have some solid lines and we have some dotted lines. Now you cut the solid lines, so you can cut all the way around the outside, and then just cut down these solid lines to here on all 4 of those, that one and that one as well. And then you'll have, it'll look like this. So you see that one's cut and that one's cut. See, like that, but some fold over. So then we're going to fold along all of the dotted lines, okay? So it should look a bit like this. So those are cut, and fold those down, that folds down, and then these all fold down as well, in and down. Okay, and you just need to fold them all. And when you've done that, you need some glue. So I've got some Pritt Stick here, which is perfect for this job. It's not too wet, it's not too sticky, just right. So you need to put some glue on one of these folded corners, okay? So imagine that's going to fold up like that. Then this one's going to shut on there. So you need to put some glue here and then you can stick it together like that. And do the same all the way around. So you stuck that one. So this one is going to fold up like that, see? So you put some glue on this side, put it like that and stick it. You do that all the way round until they're all stuck together like this one. Then all I've done is I've coloured in my handle, and then you just need to stick a little bit on the end, both ends of your handles. You can do them one at a time, and I only stuck a very small piece. You can see how big that is there. Just stick underneath there, stick it onto the side of your basket, and you can do the same the other side. And then you just need to put your fish and your loaves inside, and then it's finished. So that's fairly simple. I hope you've got everything that you need to be able to do that. And I'm going to show you how to do the people chain in just a moment. Hi, back again. So now I'm going to show you how to make the people chain. Okay, you're going to need 2 pieces of A4 paper. I've used white paper. You can use whatever colour you like or whatever colour you have. Okay, so the first job is to fold the paper in half, and you're going to fold it what we call lengthwise. So you see the crease there? So get the paper whichever way up you're going to have it. You just fold it in half like that and crease it down the long edge. Okay. Once you've done that, you need to cut down the middle so that you have 2 pieces the same size that look like that. The next job is to fold it, and you have to fold this very carefully because otherwise it won't work properly, okay? Because we're going to make, we want our little men to concertina. Can you see how they sort of fold together like that? And then we're going to join them in a very long chain, and this is the other half of the chain, like that. Now you need 3 halves of paper to make this chain. So that's 1 piece of paper with the 2 halves, and then 1 half of another piece of paper, because you're going to have to make 3 separate chains, because Jesus had 12 disciples, and I've done this so that you can get 4 people, 4 disciples out of each sort of half. So we need 3 halves, because 3 times 4 is 12, so we need 3 halves of paper. Okay, so when you've got your half like that, the first job is to actually fold it in half. So just put the ends together so that they join nice and neatly, and now if you can do this really neatly, they'll come out really, really well. If you need some help from an adult, just ask them. So they've just folded that in half and creased it, see? Okay. Now what we're going to do is, if you turn your paper the other way, we're going to fold this bottom end up to the middle, like that. Let's shut the paper because it's easier. Just crease it. So now it flaps up that way. I'm going to turn it round and do the same on the other side, so it flaps up to there. Now I'm just doing this holding this in my hand, but you can do it putting it down on the table because it's easier. So now we have our concertina, you see? Okay. Right, your next job is on one of the front ends, it doesn't matter which one it is, you draw a person, and we want your person to be like that shape. Okay, all I did was I just drew the head, the arms go right to the edge of your paper. If you see as I put it on there, fits perfectly onto this piece of paper. So that's what we want your little person to do. Okay, and once you've drawn one of these, you can use the shape then as a template for the other 2, which is exactly what I did. So I drew one out so that he looks like this. Here he is. You see, I've drawn one on there. It's still all joined together. There we go. I've yet to cut him out. So once you've drawn your little man on your paper. The next bit is tricky. Now you have to do this carefully and think about it. You mustn't cut these edges here where his arms are, because he's going to hold hands with his neighbour, and to be able to do that you mustn't cut this bit here. So you can cut all the way around, but not those pieces. So I'm going to cut up here and up here. I'm going to do these first so I don't forget and get carried away. See, I've made a little slit there, but it's still all joined together underneath. And the same on the other side. I'm going to cut up there and cut up there so that it's all joined together. You can carry on, cut all the way round, and then you have something that looks like that. Let's use this one because this is only 4, so you get something that looks like that. And then when you open it out, you have lots of people, just like that. Okay, now you can see from the other side is I have written down on here the names of all the disciples. So these are 4 of them, and you'll find their names in the Bible. There we go. There's the other 8. I've already joined these all together. And I think it is in, was it Matthew chapter 10? There's a whole list of the disciples' names. Yeah, so at the beginning of Matthew chapter 10, there's all the names of the disciples, but I'm going to tell you what they are now so you can write them on. So we have Peter, or Simon, because he had 2 names, but I put Peter on mine because that's the name Jesus, that's the name he had to start with. So we have Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, James, Thaddeus, Simon, and Judas Iscariot. Okay, so that's the name of the 12 disciples. It was Simon or Peter for the first one, and then all the others are listed there. So if you have a Bible, you can look it up. If not, you can just copy them from what I've said. So once you've cut them out, you can then colour them in, and I've given them all different characters. I've given them different coloured hair, eyes, some have got beards, some haven't. Most of them are all happy and smiling. Thomas looks a little doubtful because he had a nickname of Doubting Thomas because he didn't always believe straight away. So, and then I've given them little t-shirts all coloured in, but you can colour their trousers, you can colour their jumpers, you can do them striped, dotted, you can stick things on, you can do whatever you like. And then all you have to do is to join them together, find where the hands meet, and you can get some sellotape on the back there. Just join them together, sellotape them together so that their arms sort of touch, like I've done here with this one. Oh, it's upside down, look. You see, there's the sellotape. And then you get one great big long chain of all the disciples. You can hang it up in your room if you want to, and it will remind you of how they work together as a team, and Jesus used them to do miracles. And he uses us too, just the same as he did them. And then you can put it in your bedroom to remind you. Okay, well, I hope you have fun with these crafts for today. See you next time.